Well, it seems like people are starting to roll in now, and Mike, I'll let you take it away.
All righty. So, first of all, Tom will be here with us answering all of the surfer related questions on the chat live. I will walk you through uh, something else besides the content editor because you may be familiar with the extension and the sidebar. Yet there is much more stuff to do in Surfer, so I will show you that as well. And then we, of course, discuss the content editor and Jarvis combination on writing posts to make them rank higher. Okay, so first, good news for everyone who subscribed through Conversion AI, this special deal, this special offer, because we reset your limits, and this way you can like test it out once again, do the do it basically all of the stuff you did, do it again, do more analysis and so on, so you can actually leverage the this power of the combination. And why we did this is pretty, I think I owe you explanation, because at the beginning some people complained on the quality of the guidelines on left hand, on right hand side, and left hand side actually in Conversion AI, regarding like some stop words, some words and phrases that weren't too great from time to time. And it is because we didn't use NLP analysis by default. And now it is turned on. So just to clarify, what the hell is this NLP? The NLP stands for natural language processing, and this is something that makes the guidelines better because those words and phrases that are suggested are actually the words and phrases that are the most meaningful to competitors' articles. So we will scrape these articles, analyze them with the NLP algorithms in place, and evaluate words and phrases that are not so good, and well, evaluate those that are the most meaningful. So if you had this situation of having like these words and phrases suggested not so great, or at least so, make sure to check it out again, because now the NLP is turned on by default, and you will see a huge difference between what you saw and what you will see now. So that's why some guidelines were slightly off, and I just wanted to clarify, and this is why we reset these limits, so you can actually give it another shot if the NLP wasn't turned off and you weren't super satisfied with the results. So that being said, we see first. Oh, thanks. Okay, so let me share my screen maybe, because I would love to show you what Surfer can do besides creating those guidelines and allowing you to write SEO optimized content. So I'm screen sharing now. As far as I can see, I will just kill this
Yep,
little
you look good.
bottom bar, and that this is it. This is the home page of Surfer after you log in, and you're allowed to create a bunch of different analyses. And today we will focus on finding new ideas for content that will strengthen your domain, so you will be able to grow your domain in specific direction, so all the topics are relevant and helping each other and in a synergy. uh, then we will move to executing every single content piece, so you actually do it in line with SEO guidelines. And well, content written is not wasted because it is not optimized. So, well, Google can crawl it, rank it, and you can benefit from it. So, uh,
80% of the viewers already have a Surfer account, and about 20% do not have a Surfer account yet. So let's talk about why they should have a Surfer. What is the benefit? Why did you even create software?
yeah, so you guys are here because you use Conversion AI, so you write content. And if you want to write content the right way, I mean, not only for conversion and fast and just having fun while writing, you have to know what to write about and how to write it so you can get organic traffic through that content if we are considering long form assistant. If you write those, well, ads or reviews, answers, that's fine. But if you are here to create some sort of articles, landing pages, and so on, this combination of Surfer and Conversion AI is crucial to get this streamlined process that is repetitive and that, most importantly, is not wasting your time on writing content you don't need or writing content without optimization, so you actually end up with content that no one reads when you turn off Google Ads. So if you have at least one of these issues in your processes, you are in a good place to be. And I can see the poll for the Conversion AI account, and we see plenty of people who don't have an account, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to show everyone why you should improve your writing process with Jarvis. That will be great for people to benefit from your experience.
Yep, I see
Okay.
50% of the audience does not have a Conversion AI account, according to the poll. And so in today's call, you'll see the integration between these two awesome tools on how to write content with AI that actually ranks, so you're not spending all your time writing and then it never even get read by anybody. So this is a really great duo, and that's why you're here today.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm super happy about it because like we are extremely like there's a huge synergy between these two tools. There's like great overlap, and this is
yeah.
amazing.
Guys, because I noticed that people are asking about recording. Austin, can you confirm that it will be available at Academy?
I will have it uploaded to Conversion AI/Academy. I'll put that here in the chat in a second. You'll also, since you registered for this, receive an email with the recording as well.
Cool.
Awesome. So let's get to the ideation. So if you plan to create some posts about, you don't know yet, but you know what is your blog about or your business about, then go to the content planner tool. Right now it's some sort of a walkthrough so you can get the like simple 3 steps process of what to do to create content in the right way. So I really like this topic about trees, forest. I'm forestry master of science, so this is really close to my heart. So I picked that topic, but not only because of that. I had a client who asked me, what should I write about if my client is a gardener, if he's pruning trees and so on, and I cannot find any topics for him. So I created the content planner. And what's inside the content planner is actually over 100 topic clusters you should cover to build topical relevance for the domain. If you want to be an expert in trimming trees, in pruning, in taking care of trees in general, you should cover all of those relevant topics that people will be starving for information on the web. And I can tell you that each cluster is idea for an article. Each cluster contains all of the keywords that you have to rank together. So you have to create an article that will cover them all. And to do so, they are selected by default. So to do so, you just have to turn on the NLP and create content editor. Surfer will analyze all of the search results for every single keyword that is selected here and create those guidelines that you will then put to Conversion AI and write the content fast. And as you can see, it pulled 172 topics, which means that we have a ton of work to become expert in pruning trees in general. And as you can see, all of these topics are extremely relevant. Like cutting tree limbs, pine tree trimmers. Can you cut tree in your backyard? Or how to prune a tree to grow taller tree, wider tree? Okay, so as you can see, there are many different tasks to be done when it comes to rotted trees, or when to prune, or like do whatever you may think it will be important to keep your trees healthy in your backyard. So basically, if you want to be the best source of knowledge about trimming trees, you cover as many topics as you can, starting from the top, then going lower and lower and lower and lower, because these topics are ordered by their relevance to the main keyword. And that being said, let's move to executing that strategy, because there's no point in, well, messing around with these clusters. What you have to remember is that each cluster is an idea for a blog post or landing page that can be turned into content editor that can be then plugged into Conversion AI and written. So I will just quickly open this content editor about, what was it about? How to trim tree branches. Okay, so we have this content editor tool with the score and all of these words and phrases that should be included within the content. And basically, this is where you can start moving to Conversion AI, because with Surfer, you will have to write it. You can copy and paste if you already have the content, but we will just suggest you which words and phrases you should include within the article, along with examples. After you click on the keyword, you will see examples how these keywords were used by competitors. And if that's your goal, to create this content piece quick and efficiently, that will be a great moment to move to Conversion AI. And I think, Austin, that it will be a good moment if you take over for a while, show how people can create the content using long form assistant, and then I will move back to Surfer and show what you should do next after you create and publish the content, because that's not the end of the process.
Yep, happy to. So I'll take over the screen share now.
Yeah, okay. Oh, right.
Sweet. So as you guys just saw in Surfer, the point is that you end up creating content with the right keywords to rank for the subject you're writing on. And now here with Conversion AI, which is an AI assistant that writes your copy for you, we name him Jarvis. So you can just call him Jarvis. There's all these different templates, and they all have very specific goals. But we're going to go and really just focus here on the long form assistant. And you can find like all these other ones that I've done. Like there's a lot of organization, especially for freelance writers or agencies. But we can just create a new document. And what we want to do here is start off with just the topic. And Michael, could you tell me what the topic title is that we're going to be starting
take
on?
this, how to trim tree branches.
And what we're doing here is directing the AI, Jarvis, to read this and know that that's the point of this topic. And we can go up to 600 characters. So I can really like explain the whole purpose, but I'm going to keep it simple right now. You might be able to get better results by keeping it simple, or be able to add more to this, and it'll have more context to what to write. Now, some keywords here that we can go back and update this as we build the article, but we could do like,
I would suggest pruning trees, for example.
Pruning trees.
Yeah,
exactly. All right, we can add up to 3 at a time. That'll help direct the content. Anything else that would be really good to add here?
Yeah, for example, tree limbs or pruning jobs.
Great. And so you're getting that because you're looking at the Surfer suggestions. And we'll see the integration here in just a second. now it's the title, but I'm lazy today, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask Jarvis to write my titles.
I'm always lazy.
And so here we are. Keep your trees looking great. How to trim your tree branches. A guide to DIYers. Ooh, I really like that one.
Yeah,
So we'll go with that.
DIYer too.
For sure. Cool. And we could also write our own introduction paragraph, and this kind of sets the tone for the article. But again, I have not had my coffee, so I'm going to ask Jarvis to write it for me. All right, so it's reading this, and now it's created 3 introduction paragraphs for us. It's that time of year again. The leaves are falling. The air is getting cooler. It's time for you to feel your alarm.
Oh, damn, it's good.
Yeah, I know, right? So we'll open this up. That's really good. The leaves are falling. The air is getting cooler, and you can feel your lawn furniture is getting covered in a layer of dust. Fall is the perfect time to trim your tree branches. Cool. So now we have like a really good base for the AI to continue. And what I can do here, there's a few different modes that we'll go over. I can ask Jarvis to just continue this sentence here and ask it to compose. And it's reading all of this along with the title, the description, and the keywords. All right, so then it just continued this sentence. But let's say that I want an outline for my blog post. We can go here to all of our different tools that have very specific use cases. So, you know, maybe this is an email, not an article, or maybe I want to have bullet points. I should use that one. But what we're going to do here is the blog post outline. And I'm going to go up here, grab my title. All right, and tone of voice. What do you think the tone of voice should be today?
Knowledgeable, something like that you will share how to do it.
Knowledgeable. Great. So now what we can do is ask Jarvis to come up with an outline for our blog.
It will be rather serious, right? I think.
Yeah, probably. Let's see.
Academic.
All right, so know the difference between branches and tree trunks, measure how high you want the tree branches to go, use a rope ladder. All right, so this could be it. You know, it depends on, you know, is this a listicle? You know, is it, you know, a step-by-step guide? You know, so you could do like 7 ways to trim your tree branches or something like that, and you might want to go into a different direction. So a lot of this is about guiding Jarvis in the right direction to write individual paragraphs at a time. I would also go over to Google and I would do something like this where I would want to see what are the featured snippets that Google's recommending, and you know I could bring these questions.
Surfer.
Oh yeah, okay, let's bring it over here too.
You do.
Let's go ahead and launch the Surfer then as well.
You can create the analysis. In the meantime, it will take like probably a minute or 2. So if you create this how to trim tree branches keyword. Oops.
How to tree branches. It's loading. All right. And I guess we should have probably used the ideas that you had here.
If you used my account, that would be great, but that's actually impossible. So you just create this how to trim tree branches. It will take like 60 seconds. And tip before you hit the enter. Right. But yeah, let's do another one. No, that's fine. I mean,
how to trim tree branches.
And hold shift and enter. Hold shift and enter. And now add trim tree branches. And now shift enter and cut small tree branches. And the last one, shift enter. How to cut dead tree branches. And now click create content editor with NLP using 4 keywords.
This one here?
Exactly, yes. This way, we will take into account all the 4 keywords. So we will not only visit one search engine results page, but 4 of them. Then we will find out which are the most frequently appearing search results. So, for example, article A ranks for all of these keywords and it has like 4 points, let's say. But article B ranks only for 3 keywords, so it has 3 points, so it will be lower on the ladder, and we will create like a custom ladder of URLs that perform the best across the whole set of keywords we plugged in, so it will be even better. If you have some ideas in your head while creating these analysis, you can add more keywords to the stack to get more comprehensive guidelines, and I feel like this tip will save you some time and provide much better guidelines.
Cool. And where'd you get those questions at? Was it
we take
these?
it from here. Yeah.
Okay.
And you will
And
see
so just now
them.
you were telling me about which questions to put in this. Where were you asking that or pulling that from?
These questions I actually let me grab the screen for a second. I will show you.
Sure.
Okay. So I took them actually from the content planner tool. That was this keyword, and I had all of these. So I selected, I eyeball just, oh, I'm not sharing yet. Right, permissions. Sorry, guys. So that was the content planner tool. I basically opened this cluster and I saw, okay, how to tree branches. Then how to cut dead tree branches, and then we selected like a couple of others. Of course, if the more the better, yet we just selected 4 and that's fine. So the cluster will actually tell you, because all of these keywords, you should rank them together. And if you create content editor through the content planner, like I was just clicking here, we will take into account all of them. So we will create multi-keyword content editor, just like you did manually. So I guided you on creating multi-keyword content editor. And I guess it is done on your end, so you can take over and we will be able to show these questions where they are.
Cool.
Where they hide.
Yeah, I think that was helpful. Was that helpful for you all to see where he was getting those questions from? Sweet. All right. So now that it's done its work, do I click on this? And
now you got topics.
Now we got topics. So this score is going to go up the more that we write and the more that this content includes the keywords here.
Exactly. And if you click on the topics next to the terms tab, just here, and boom, you got these questions. So you can select some of them, turn them into headings, and expand.
Check this out. So I'm going to actually remove this outline and just go for here. And
will it answer?
It will. So what we're going to do is there's a couple of tricks to the trade here. As you know, we're improving the UI. But right now, if I hold down, if I do 2 of these, what that tells Jarvis is, hey, this is a header, and I want you to answer the question rather than just trying to write another question in another question, right? So this is trying to tell it patterns. And so let's see if it recognizes this pattern and writes a paragraph for us. So it's reading all of this as well. Let's see, does it talk about trim tree branches? All right, so what I'm going to also want it to do is not try to continue this thought, but really just focus right here. So the next tip I want to share is 3 asterisks like that will tell Jarvis to only read below the asterisk. So kind of like it's blind, like this is a blinder and it can't read above it.
So it's like talking to Jarvis, right?
There are we're literally guiding Jarvis on what we want it to do.
That's nice.
So what he's doing is he's reading this H2 and he's also reading the information that we put here. So we can actually go in and update these based on like this. We can go, this is the direction. So we go answer the question. And maybe we want to include different stuff, like instead of pruning jobs, we want to include dead trees or something like that to direct Jarvis to include this
Will it try to include these keywords?
Yep.
Because
So
we
these
have this
take it
question
heavier
running
weight.
on the chat. People
Okay.
ask how to make Jarvis try to use some of these keywords. So I think that this is the way to go, right?
That's right. And this is the questionnaire that we filled out in the beginning, which wrote our introduction paragraph and all of that. So it is continuing to read this every single time I ask it to compose. All right. And
Oh,
so,
so we can change these instructions and ask Jarvis to use different set of keywords, different set of keywords, different set of keywords, right?
yep, that's right.
Okay.
So now we need to imagine that Jarvis is your teammate in soccer or football, and you need to kick the ball over to him. So that means you need a little bit of work up front, but then he'll take it down the field. So how do you trim tree branches without killing a tree? We can go, well, first, so you can see here, it's asking me to, I'm 50% of the way there. I need to continue writing. Well, first, step to not killing the tree when pruning is it's a handheld pruner, not a saw. And you can see there in real time, it's learning, it's already read a lot of information on the internet about this topic. And so it's continuing to source from all of those different places, but writing truly original content word by word. It's not taking a chunk from somewhere else. So you can actually run this through a plagiarism checker, and 99% of the time, it is unplagiarized and totally original content.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Can you show again how to incorporate some of the suggested keywords like this mode that was power mode, right? Because people are really interested in it. So if you could just show it again, like maybe add another question and try to answer it with some using some keywords.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Austin, also, Kate is asking, will the maximum of 3 keywords be raised? And also, what is your approach to choosing those keywords?
Yeah, so Jarvis is going to write about 600 characters at a time. Each, depending on the output here, less or more. But we found that medium's pretty good for keeping him in the rails. If not, he'll go off. And within a paragraph, you don't want to include more than 3 keywords at a time, because it kind of makes it more bland. We need to give Jarvis direction. And so having only 3 keywords is actually optimal for likelihood that Jarvis will include these keywords.
I know what people want. They want to select on the Surfer sidebar 3 keywords, so it is actually sucked by the power mode, so it can replace overwrite the power mode input. That will be awesome, because it's some sort of, I think, UX issue. Like you have to open this pop-up, select 3 keywords, then write a paragraph and so on. I'm the SEO guy who really wants to do things fast, and I feel like people will be they say okay.
Well, y'all want to hear a crazy story? The audience in our Facebook group said it'd be really cool if y'all teamed up with Surfer somehow. And how long did it take for that to happen?
28 hours.
28 hours
Yep.
to get this integration, which is like record speed. And so, yeah, it's not going to be perfect off the bat, but our philosophy is let's get what the people want, at least like the core functionality, and maybe it's a little clunky here and there, but you got to click here and add this, but we're always improving it. And so
that's
we're
why
listening,
we can
though.
have it, right?
That's right. That's why we can have it now.
Possible. Yeah.
Cool. So how about this? Let's we can find our other topics, and then since we answered that question, now we can go into this one. And what I'm going to do is do a heading like that, and some terms that are, let's see, all these. So tell me how you think about this. Which of these keywords should I include in this next one?
That will be fruit trees, definitely. Because you want them low, because you want the fruits to be low. So there's a fruit trees keyword, for example, like slightly lower. Oh yeah, here. And you know what? You can click on it fruit trees.
This one?
Yeah, and it will show the example of use. And this is something I was really curious about because, well, you have the rephrase feature, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And what would happen if we use this thing as, for example, powerful mode input as an explanation, or even put it behind, like below the heading, rephrase, so it's original, you know?
And so why is it why is this and here? Is it continuing onto this tab?
We are working on it. Yeah, I mean, this is a work in progress. It will be much longer, but you can go through these examples from different competitors.
Right. So we can add that in there like that. And then what I can do is rephrase it. Look at that. Totally new, unique sentence. Rephrased. Replace that. And we'll show some other stuff here too. And then we can compose even more. Oh, sorry, I just messed it up, Jarvis. Because he starts wherever I have the clicker. So
okay.
this. So and then I actually want Jarvis to not read that last one.
This is some sort of workaround, you know, with these examples of use, because if people want to make Jarvis use some keywords, they can take examples, rephrase them, and it will use it.
Yeah. So what we could also do, more likely to use, you said it was fruit trees. We can go up here. All right. Save that. How to trim tree branches on fruit trees. All right, so now we're giving him more context, and he's reading this, he's reading everything we just said, and this now, since it's above the cursor. And it says, so while flowering plants, some fruit trees are pruned.
Oh yes, I got longer examples on the staging servers. I will send you over. You can compose like hell now.
It's to trim lower on the branches to increase the airflow and combat insects. Here's some, so it's now going into like tree trimming techniques. So if you want to direct it down that way, then you can continue this route. But really what we're just doing here is like question, answer, question, answer. So we don't need to go into now a listicle, but you could say also like, 8 or, 7 tree trimming techniques. And this seems like a whole new blog post that you could like spin off or even link to. Hey, we have an article on 7 tree trimming techniques, and then the link just keeps going up.
The content planner shows this power again, because if you will create a bunch of content editors in the content planner, you will see that, okay, my scope is this 5 articles and I have to make them connected somehow. So you can incorporate these titles and prepare some sort of intro paragraph for internal linking that will be super effective later on. So definitely a good idea to use.
I love it. I love it. So as we continue going and adding more and more of these, the score keeps going up, the headings keep going up, and you'll see right now we're at 299 words, and it recommends us to get to this range. And when we start having these headers, so we have page 2, there's a heading, and we can also go up here, add this that's our H1. Okay.
And the score goes up constantly.
There's H2. And so as we keep going through these, what else we need? How to trim tree branches. Okay.
Yeah, basically, if you want to make the score go up really fast, you want to focus on keywords that will list on the top, because all of these keywords are sorted by their relevance and importance to the topic. So if you don't want to incorporate 60, 70, 80 keywords, we suggest you go with the top 20. and this way you will keep the score high while the effort low.
Yep.
People like this approach. I mean, low effort, high impact. This is what everyone loves.
Cool. And then, so I'm just structuring this right now to move faster for us. Right? And so this is kind of like the outline of it. And now I can ask Jarvis to compose. So now this is like a list of tools. Okay, actually, I have a good idea here. So what's the best tool to cut tree branches down with? Well, that sounds like it's kind of teeing up a really good product review. So what if we...
Let me interrupt for a second.
Yeah.
I will send you over an example that I have on the staging server, so you can incorporate it as the guidelines, and I will send it via admin chat, I think, so you can take it and it will allow you to expand. Can you see it?
Let's see.
That was not the best place to.
Where are you sending it to me?
I sent it on the chat.
You sent it to me on Slack?
No, I used the chat, here in the demo.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, we will have a mirror effect for a second.
All right. Ah.
Got
This?
it. Okay. Yeah. This is
All
the
right.
example for the keyword pruning tools. So it will be, from now on, it will be super effective to create a lot of content, to rephrase it, and basically, slightly use competitors. Basically, this is what it is going to be. Use competitors' content. This is example of use of the keyword pruning trees that is extended. The new feature that is coming tomorrow, most likely. So instead of this one-liner, you will get this.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now it has that context. Here is a tool. It's about tools to cut tree branches. We know that Ryobi has one, and we can say, this is a great tool to cut tree branches and prune. So now we're telling it what the product does, and say, let's go. Who is that famous commercial guy? Is it Bill? Anyway, you can actually put famous people in this, and it'll do its own voice.
Take Rowan Atkinson. He doesn't speak too much, but
Atkinson?
Yeah, it's like the beans guy,
Oh yeah, totally. So it's probably like read articles that talk about this, his tone of voice, if he has Twitter and all of that, kind of knows this tone of voice as being like salesy. But this AIDA framework, it's a very famous copywriting framework: awareness, interest, desire, and action. And when put in this order, creates a really compelling ad. So if that's kind of what we're going for here, let's ask Jarvis to write us an ad for this product in this tone of voice. And that's what all these tools are. They each have their own individual purpose, where this is kind of just reading based on the context. I'm a tree. I have branches and leaves. What? This is first person ad. Okay. This is why it's so creative and fun. We can always up the number of outputs as well. And then it goes into, it's perfect. There's...
Guys, Bradley is asking about some tips for localizing this kind of content. If, for example, if you have a company, local company that is offering such a, for example, the tree services, right?
Yeah.
How can you create a content that will rank in the local
Great.
let's
So
say, era?
I'm here in Austin, Texas, and I'm actually getting my landscaping done today, probably actually right now. So I might be looking for Austin tree trimmers. I just came up with that company name. Let's see, local Austin company that landscapes and cuts trees.
Nice.
Okay.
If it can make use of it, I'm scared.
Great. So, I mean, this is really basic. Obviously, like I would try to expand this more, but that's enough for it to understand. But let's say there's some like differentiators. Maybe it's family owned or it's been around for 50 years. And then it'll look, oh my God, it even brought in our local area code 512.
I'm
That's
calling.
so cool. Look at this. So need a tree trimmed. Austin Tree Trimmers is the best choice for your trimming needs. We're a local company that's been over 10 years with A+ split rating on the Better Business Bureau. You deserve to be treated well when you hire somebody to do your work at your home or office. That's why we promise to show up on time, clean up after ourselves, and always treat you like family. So
Landing
beautiful.
page generator. I'm scared.
Let's go. Hey, I want to see in the chat. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here for a second and ask any questions. And do you see like the power of this? Tell me what you think here. Does it make sense? Who asked the question about local?
Let's see. Oh yeah, Bradley. Local
Perfect.
business.
Yeah.
There are so many ways to use it, and especially if like you're local and you're trying to rank, top tree trimmers in Austin, Texas, like you need to do it. You need to have on-site SEO. You need to write content, and you need to have Google My Business. So in today's training, you're understanding how to write the content. I think in 2 weeks from now, we're doing a Google My Business training with a local SEO expert on how to use Jarvis for that. And then in 3 weeks from now, we're doing a how to optimize your website copy with Jarvis to be optimized for local SEO. All of that combined with Surfer is like you're going to dominate your local market.
Oh boy, and these keywords are so easy to rank without backlinks. I mean, they are possible to rank without backlinks. So you can establish a domain, wait a couple of months, put some content in there, and then optimize, and you will make it. Maybe not in Kansas City, maybe not in New York, but if you'll take like a city of 100,000, that would be like this, even faster. So yeah, this is exciting.
I love it. And there's a few people in here that are like saying, I'm so excited right now. When is this going to be over so I can actually run out and do this immediately? I love it. You know what? In the heart of that, I'll share both deals right now. So I know there's some people that aren't on both softwares yet. If you are not yet on Surfer, here is a deal to get 30 days of Surfer Basic for $1. And
plus 10 extra NLP credits that are not available in the normal basics. So it's a special incentive too.
Yeah, totally. And let's see, where they can get that is surferseo.com/Jarvis. That's right. Just Jarvis at the end.
That's correct. Yeah.
Great. And so, yeah, if you're watching the recording or something, you can go to surferseo.com/Jarvis. And then I'll also include, now that people are checking that out, the 5-day free trial of Jarvis. If you're not on that yet, you can go to Conversion.ai/free trial and get that partnership. I'm so pumped about this, guys, and we're just getting started. So the integration's getting deeper. We're going to make it easier. And I know the rate at which both of our companies are publishing updates is rapid speed. So it's been really cool to partner with y'all.
I just noticed that Kate started the discussion on your Facebook group about, doing this integration with implementing keywords directly from Surfer to Jarvis. So let's see if a couple
There's
more
the
people
demand.
will yeah
Yeah,
will
folks,
notice this.
do we have time for one more tip from my side?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So, folks, take this 5-day free trial of Jarvis if you haven't tried it yet. And now I will share my screen for just one more moment so you can get the idea what to do next after you publish the content, because the content itself that is published on the website, that is not the end of the work, because you have to make it crawlable for Google. You have to add some attention, put some attention onto these posts. And I have this example of this brand awareness audit. Oh, that's a staging, actually not the best one, because staging may break. So I will use the production server. One sec. And yeah, of course, production will break now, because why not? I'm live. So guys, audit. You use the keyword that was the head keyword for the article to create, and the URL that you published the content on. And the most important thing right now for you is this internal links fragment. So you show internal links and you get all of the internal link opportunities that are articles within your domain, so you are in full control of with, and all of these articles will be relevant to the topic that you've been writing for. And Surfer will find these URLs, will crawl them to find out whether there is an internal link already or not. If there is no internal link pointing to the audited URL, which is actually just created content, you hover this red exclamation mark and you get this piece of content that you should put internal link in. So it is super simple. This blog of Miłosz Krasiński / modern link building tactics has a fragment that mentions Surfer, and he says that I think the tool is totally underrated. Surfer SEO is also quite handy, blah, blah, blah. So he mentioned Surfer SEO, and as we are optimizing Surfer SEO review, that's the perfect place, that's the perfect spot to put internal link and add this kick. This is something like push from behind to the newly created and newly published article for Google to crawl it and add it a little bit more trust, because it has those internal links. And I'm telling you, if you take care of these top 10 URLs that you are missing, you are home. Then you can move to another article. Without it, it will take much longer for Google to index the URL and rank it on the keywords you want. So if you want to fully utilize the time you spend on writing and optimizing, then add those internal links in the places where they should be, and you will get the most of your efforts, let's say. So that will be it from my side. This is the tip that I wanted to clamp this whole presentation with. So you ideate with the content planner, then you execute with the content editor plus Conversion.ai, and then when it is published, you use the audit to find these internal link opportunities and boost the post with the free resources you own. So don't sleep on money.
Wow. That's good. That's good. So you're
Indeed.
going to go through all these and then link back to the article we just made.
Exactly. Because like these articles are related to the topic we analyze. So here we will find how to cut the 3 branches something, and the page will be our page that we published this article. And Surfer will pull all of the other articles that are closely related to this topic that we put in the analysis. So it's really using Google algorithm itself. We query Google a lot in this process. So we ask Google basically, what are the other topics that this page covers, so it can be useful for internal linking? Not obviously, but this is our approach. So with this in place, you got these opportunities determined. You got them crawled, so you know whether you have a link already or not. And if not, we will tell you where to put it. Amen. So this is crazy good. I'm telling you from the SEO perspective.
I believe that it's important to mention that Michal showed you already 3 of Surfer features, and you can use all of them with your basic account. So, Surfer is not just a content editor, and you can use Content Planner, Audit, and much more of this. Yeah.
Yeah, freaking cool, guys. This is awesome. Think about if you had, like, right now we're doing this challenge of 30 blog posts in 30 days with Jarvis, and like you could build a full authority site in your industry in 30 days with this integration that's totally built out each day, new piece of content prepared to rank. And by the end of the 30 days, you can have them all linking back together. You can go back through and like refresh and, maybe optimize your content even further. And you're going to have so much more organic traffic, free traffic to your authority site.
It will pay off.
Yeah, imagine using Content Planner for the keyword research. So you tackle a niche that is about organic gardening, for example, and those top 30 tiles in the Content Planner will be your 30 article ideas you can start executing without any research. It will be 3 minutes, the research is done, and not only the list of keywords, but all of these keywords grouped together into clusters. This is a lot of tedious work to find 1,000 keywords and then decide, okay, this is bucket A, this is bucket B, this is bucket C, and then this is bucket Z. So you go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that would be a year-long project if you didn't have these 2 tools. But now a freelancer could literally do this if contracted for 30 days, do a blog post a day and, hand it off to your website designer to put it into WordPress or whatever. Incredible.
Absolutely.
I love this, guys.
To be honest, Austin, I wish I could have more time to do such a challenge by myself, to write a 30 blog post in 30 days, maybe in the future.
Great, guys. Well, I can stick around for a few minutes here and answer any other questions about Jarvis. And of course, like you can always jump into our Facebook group. It is such a helpful community. I think there's like close to 80 posts a day right now of people and like long comment threads, people supporting each other. And, this is just getting better every day. We're just getting here started.
Yeah, absolutely. This is great community. Like we've been growing ours, but you're so big and so active that we are really benchmarking your group. And well, it's a great source of, finding these ideas of how to activate people. So great job.
You can go and find that group at Conversion.ai/community. Sweet. Well, are there any questions here, or should we let them get back to it, writing their articles with Jarvis and ranking it with Surfer?
I had to, but I answered them already on the chat. So just to let you know, guys, if you have any questions about Surfer, there is a Facebook group, of course, /SEO Surfers. You'll be able to find it. And of course, I am on the Conversion.ai group, so you will be able to find me there, mention me, and I will get that notification. Yet, if you want to be like Surfer specific with your question and you don't want to mess with policies of the other group, so well, you can join the SEO Surfers as well. So yeah, thanks for having us, Austin. That was really a great pleasure to be here.
Yeah,
I love it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, guys. Well, thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you get your articles written and ranked. See you soon.
Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.